Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'm Jocelyn Binwi, a content creator based in Douala, Cameroon. This video guys is in collaboration with one of my most favorite Cameroonian YouTubers. Yay! Let's welcome Juditha's journey into the building. She is a very creative Cameroonian YouTuber guys. She is based in Limbe in the southwest region of Cameroon. We are both wives and moms of two. Coincidentally, her first child is a boy like mine and her second child is a girl like mine, and they are almost of the same age group. She does videos based on faith, relationship, marriage, lifestyle and motherhood. Please, after you finish watching this video, just head on to her channel please and watch her own video. We are doing this video to show you guys how we reduce excessive expenditures on our kids as Cameroonian moms. Yeah, we decided to share the tips that we use to minimize expenditures. We know that our economy is going down and our finances are not very much stable like they were before. So in order to meet up, we need to cut down on the expenses that we don't find too necessary. We need to look for ways in order to minimize the way we spend. So if you're interested to know this guys, please stay tuned and watch till the end. Before I go ahead, let me tell you guys a little story. Before Corona, I'm telling you, things were a lot more different. I mean, when Corona came guys, I learned how to manage the more, how to cut down on expenses, because during the Corona period I had to stay home for some time because office was not open. I had to stay home for some time without working, so my husband was the only one providing for the home. And so normally when that happens, things are not going, the finances are not going to be the same again. So I had to look for ways in order to minimize, to reduce how much we buy for the kids and for the home, and putting everything into consideration for a month, and still see into it that the kids still feed well, they still live well, they still eat what they have to eat, but they eat the most essentials. We know every mother or every parent's wish is to give the best and the best, almost best to his or her children. Yeah, and all of us are working hard towards that. Doing this video on how we minimize expenses on our kids doesn't mean that we are selfish moms, we don't want to spend on our kids and all whatnot. No, we just minimize these expenses because we find that they are unnecessary, and the children will still be comfortable even after you minimize these expenditures. This will just help to save more money and maintain the financial level of the family. The first aspect I would like to talk about is with breakfast guys, and we're moving straight to milk. Before, I used to buy 1 tin of milk, this nido milk for my son, and a tin of nan milk, that's 1 to 3 years old, for my daughter since she was a little bit younger. I used to buy them separate, but later on I found out that it wasn't necessary, that 2 of them could just go with 1. So I stopped buying them different tins of milk, and I decided to be buying just one big tin, this nido tin of milk, 1,700 grams for both of them to use for a month. And since I love their tea to be thick guys, and we don't need to put a lot of milk, we don't need to put in too much milk to achieve the thickness, because if you have to be putting in too much, the milk is not going to last for a month. So I bought this bottle of soya beans milk, soy milk. Yeah, so a can of our tin. So we mix the 3 together with sugar, with a little bit of sugar. We mix the 3 together, so at the end you still have their milk to be thick, to the consistency that I want it to be, and with more nutrients, because the soya beans milk comes in to add something. And this bottle of soya beans milk guys, it costs just 1,000 francs, and this takes them for the whole month. Till for breakfast, I used to buy these 2 kilograms of this custard bucket two for both of them for 1 month. But recently I found out that it wasn't necessary buying. In order to reduce expenditure, guys, I decided to buy just one and then instead make corn pap. We know that especially now this is the corn season, corn is very much available. I make corn pap in, and they take sometimes they take sometimes they take the corn pap, and sometimes they also take custard for breakfast. So that way it reduces the money, it reduces the amount that I spend on custard pap, guys. Even if this amount reduces just by 1,000, you might be looking at 1,000 just like small money, but it is not small. When you write your list, if you write those 2 lists and compare from the beginning to the end, you will see that a lot you've saved a lot, guys, and the child is still going to eat well, and it is so nutritive. We know how nutritive yellow corn is. Then for snack, guys, I used to buy so many different types of biscuits. Oh my goodness. But later on I found out that it is not even necessary. So now recently I buy this 1 packet of buttercream biscuit. I buy just 2 packs. One costs 1,000 francs, so I buy just 2 packs for them to take them for the whole month for 2,000 francs. And then I also buy crackers. Crackers cost just 500 francs. During the day when it's time for them to snack, they can just fry the crackers. It's very easy, it doesn't take time, and then they give them to snack on. Some days they take biscuits, and other days they can snack. Now is the season for groundnuts. They can snack on groundnuts. If you have groundnuts, fresh boiled groundnuts at home, or they can snack on even fresh corn. Yeah, fresh corn is very nutritive. You see that instead of buying a lot of junk for the child, you see that there are a lot more available things that the child can snack on. Yeah, so that is how I have done to reduce how much money I spend on snacks. And also, guys, we come down to their juice. I used to buy two cartons of Capri Sun for the both of them, but recently I buy, since I was cutting down on my expenditure, I buy just 1 carton of Capri Sun, and then I do them yogurt, homemade yogurt. I think I have a video, I'm going to link it in the description box down below. And the homemade yogurt ends up serving way more than the Capri Sun juice. The Capri Sun, they even take it just for fun, because if you want to really find out, you see that this artificial juice is just sweeteners. It's just water and sweeteners. But that dole, that homemade yogurt that I do at home, I mind the quantity of milk I put in it. The next thing, guys, we move to diapers and wipes. Oh my goodness, I've really cut down a lot on diapers. Before, guys, I used to go to Ndobo. I think I have a video. I'm going to also put it in the description box down below on how I did do my monthly shopping. And in that video I showed you guys how I usually go to Ndobo and buy Mamia diapers. This is the 1 pack of the Mamia diapers I usually buy. So before I used to buy 2 packs, 1 for my daughter and 1 for my son. But later on I found out that this was too expensive, and my son was already more than 3 years old. I said, okay, we can train this boy not to be using diapers again. We can train him to know that he has to pee very well before going to bed, and in the evening he doesn't have to consume a lot of fluids. We don't give him a lot of fluids which can cause him to bedwet. And recently he doesn't wee on the bed, whether in the day or in the night, he doesn't wee. So that has greatly helped me a lot. Now I buy diapers only for my daughter. Yeah, so now instead of 2 packs I buy just 1 pack. You can imagine how much. And 1 pack of Mamia diapers and double cost 8,500 francs. So you can imagine that I'm saving 8,500 francs just by training him not to wee again on the bed. Yay! And then we move also to wipes. Yeah, before, when my daughter was still very young, I used to buy a lot of wipes, guys, but now just 1 pack is okay, because she uses it only when she poops. But before, we used to use it even when she pees. Before you change her, you have to clean it, but now we use it only when she poops. So we end up not using a lot of wipes. We end up using just 1 pack for a month. And you guys, I'm already training her already. Now she knows that when she wants to pee during the day, we don't even wear her diapers during the day, only at night and maybe when we are going out. She knows that when she wants to pee during the day, she'll go and take her potty, sit down and pee, and then call that she is done so that they'll come and empty it. And when she wants to poop, guys, if you see her peeing on her pants or standing somewhere and peeing, know that there is something wrong. She rarely does that. So please train your children, train them. Don't just keep wearing them diapers continuously, even when they are already big, they are already more than 4 years, 3 years, 4 years, or you just keep wearing them diapers and buying diapers. In order to cut down on expenses, guys, you can just train those children. You can train them not to wee on the bed. And then we move to clothes and shoes, guys. Let me first of all tell you guys something. I'm not that mother who buys anyhow. I'm not that mother who goes to the market to buy food and then she sees shoes, she sees clothes, and then she starts buying. No, before going to my market, I have my target. I have how much I am going to spend, guys. I don't buy anyhow. I know how much I am going to spend. I have my list written down. So once I go, I focus on what I am buying. If I'm going to buy food, I'm buying food. I'm not going to buy food and buy clothes. So just trying to say that I have particular periods of the year when I buy clothes and shoes for my kids. I don't just buy them clothes and shoes anyhow. No, that helps to reduce expenditure and wastage, because some mothers will just buy clothes even when the children are not wearing the clothes. When they go and see okrika, they just gather okrika and come and fill the house with, and then people don't even have space to pass, and the kids are not even wearing all those clothes. The clothes that my kids have, they wear all, both their house clothes, their sleeping clothes, and their outing clothes. Once I see that those clothes are getting small on them. If they are for EJ, for my son who is a boy, his clothes like his t-shirt or trousers like jean trousers, that I know that the younger sister can also wear them, or shoes like sneakers or tennis that I know that the younger sister might eventually wear them, I pack those ones and keep. Before, we used to give them out, but anyway, it depends on the kind of shoe, because there are some male shoes that we cannot keep for her, and there are some male clothes that we cannot keep for her. Normally after some time, I always declutter. I remove their clothes that are already small and give them out. But for my daughter, I've not yet seen somebody that I can give, so I'm just putting the clothes together. I think we're planning on visiting an orphanage. I think that's where I will go and gift them. I will get some other things and then add to the clothes and gift at the orphanage. In order to minimize expenditure on buying, I try to transfer the things that I think my daughter can wear from my son. I transfer them to my daughter. Yeah, that way you see that it's going to reduce how much you spend on clothes. And then when buying their clothes, their house clothes, I do thrift shopping. I thrift shop their house clothes, guys. I don't the ready-made clothes that I buy for them from the shop are outing clothes or occasional clothes. Yeah, those are the only clothes I buy from the shop. We know buying from the shop is more expensive than thrift shopping. Most of the time I go like to Ndobo when people open bills, when people bring things. Ndobo is a fairly used market in Douala where they sell fairly used things from Europe, America, and all other countries. So I mostly buy their house clothes from there, or even any other nice outing dress that I can get from there. Yeah, because there it's a lot more cheaper. So I look for cheaper places in order to minimize how much I spend on their clothes, and they end up still having cute clothes. Like you see them here looking cute, they end up still having cute clothes for little money. And then we move to their laundry, guys. Before, I used to buy a lot of detergents for their clothes, guys. I used to buy Omo, clothes softeners for their clothes. But later on I found out that all of that, instead the Omo, a lot of Omo every day on the clothes was weighing out the clothes. It will cause the clothes to get old when it's not yet even time for the dress. When you wash it a lot with detergent, it weighs out the dress so fast. So I said, but we can just use Savon, or we can reduce the quantity of detergent that we use on their clothes, on cleaning their clothes. So we finally reduced the quantity, and of detergent, the amount of detergent that we use on their clothes. And this has helped me a lot too, to save some money from buying detergents for their clothes, guys, because we're spending a lot of money buying detergents and clothes softeners and all that. But now I don't even buy those fabric softeners. I don't buy them at all. At least they are a little bit grown up now. When they were still babies, I don't buy those clothes softeners again, and we have reduced the amount of detergent we use on their clothes. So this has greatly reduced excessive expenditure on the money I spend on buying detergents per month. We move to their beddings, guys. Their beddings. Let me talk about toothpaste. Before, I used to buy the Colgate 0 to 2 years old for my daughter and Colgate 2 to 5 years old for my son. That's 2 packs of toothpaste for 1 pack for each of them. 1 pack of toothpaste for each of them. But after some time I noticed that, but it's not necessary. It's better to just buy 1 for 2 of them. When my daughter was already approaching 2 years old, I started buying. I just noticed that it was better, it was more economical to just buy 1 for both of them to use for 1 month, and that is working so well for me. We move to their rubbing oil, guys. Before, I used to buy separate rubbing oils for them, but now, guys, both of them, they use the same rubbing oil. That is this HT26 baby oil, and I mix it with coconut oil. It goes so well with coconut oil and it's good for their bodies. My son used to use it alone before, but later on I tried it on my daughter and it works so well also for her. So I decided to be buying just 1, and this one, guys, this container is huge, it's big. Both of them can use this one for like 4 months before I buy oil again. We know that Douala is even hot, so you end up not rubbing a lot, and they rub only in the morning after bathing. In the evening when they are going to bed and they bathe, we don't apply oil on their body because of the heat in Douala. And we know that as Corona came, guys, there was a lot of washing of hands. There was a lot of washing of hands and sanitizing of hands, and we kept on buying hand sanitizers, buying hand wash. Guys, that was so expensive, so I decided to do my own hand wash at home. I learned how to do it at home, guys, and mind you, I'm going to share the video of how I did it with just 3 ingredients. Mind you, I don't do anything that is difficult, or any recipe that is difficult, I'm not there. But if it's something that is easy going, that is not time consuming, okay, count me in. If it's something that needs a lot, you need to get a lot before you do it, no, count me out. I'm not there. So I'm going to share it eventually with you guys. This is the leftover of what we still have. When I will get things for the next one, I'll do it and show you guys how. Yeah, so when I do it, when you do it at home, you end up having much more quantity than what you buy from the supermarket, and it lasts us for more than a month. It lasts us for more than 2 months. Even the hand sanitizer, we don't use it a lot. We mostly use hand sanitizers now only when we are going out where we cannot wash hands. When they are at home, they only wash their hands. They know that they have to wash their hands when they touch something. When they stay after some time, they know that they have to go and wash their hands. So with that homemade hand wash, guys, it has really saved me a lot. Imagine washing of hands all the time. So with that homemade hand wash, it has really helped me a lot to reduce the amount of money I spend on buying hand wash from the supermarket or from the store. We move also to their health, guys. Another method I've been using in order to reduce the amount of medication we put into this kit system, guys. The amount of syrups that we buy, cough syrups, antibiotics, and all one not. I had bought syrups for my kids until I was tired, for cough and for kata, not for anything serious, for cough and kata, guys. So I later on tried a therapy and it's working so well for me, and I'm going to I think I shared it with you guys in one of my videos. I'm going to link it in the description box down below. How I use the powder from amoxicillin capsule and mix it with honey for my kids when they have cough, and it works within a space of 2 days, highest 2-3 days, the cough is gone. Unlike syrups, I noticed that we used to buy syrups until the whole house will be full of medication. We will buy syrups when they have cough, you give them the syrup, and even when the bottle is finished, the child is still coughing. And even when the child, after taking the syrup, you see after 1 or 2 weeks, the cough or the kata comes back. So I just got tired, and we tried this therapy, we tried this concoction, and it's working so well for us. Another thing we tried, guys, was this Swedish bitters. If you can see it very well, I don't know if the camera is focusing. Swedish bitters, we use it also for our kids. This is a herbal concoction. It's mostly sold in Bamenda and in packs. You can find this in agencies here in Douala, I'm sure. I mix this for them when they have like running stomach, or any stomach upset. I boil water and then I just take a drop, just like a drop on the cover, just half of just to fill half of this cover, guys, and mix it in the warm water and the drink. And once the drink, that is all. Even for us adults, all of us use it. And another thing that also works for cough and even for stomach upset, guys, is this African panacea. If you're a Cameroonian, you should know African panacea, I'm sure, because it's an all herbal mixture, and it's also sold in packs. You can always find it there. When they have, you can mix it for cough, you can mix it with honey and a leek. And then for stomach upset, if they like it, my kids love it so much. They love just licking it. Whenever they see it, they will just want it. They'll say, "Mommy, I want lick." They'll mix it and give them, and they will lick it. Yeah, so it's so helpful. Sometimes these herbal mixtures even work better than these English medications. But I'm not discouraging someone from getting medications from the pharmacy. Please, I'm not discouraging you guys. This is just a method I use in order to cut down on the amount I spend on these kids on buying syrups that I don't see the immediate effect, that I don't see the immediate help that syrup is going to help me. Instead, this is my concoction, especially the amoxicillin capsule powder mixed with honey, guys. It works like magic. But I'm not a medical doctor, please. So if you're trying, know that you're trying is not something that has been tested and proven. And then expenses on braiding my daughter's hair, guys. Before, I used to take her to the salon for her hair to be braided, and each time I go there, I pay some money, guys. I'm not going to say how much, because by the way, braiding in Cameroon is not that expensive, but I end up paying money. Meanwhile, my nanny at home or myself, I could also learn how to plait and just do her hair in the comfort of my home. And also the child will also know that it's the mommy who is touching her hair. But thank God, guys, though I don't know how to braid, guys. That is one thing I don't know. I need to learn how to. But I have a little girl in the house who knows how to plait. So her name is Blessing. She does my daughter's hair so well. All the hairstyles you see on her hair, she's the one who does it. So we end up not paying any money for hair at the salon any longer. We just have to buy mesh, and she does the hair at home, and that is it. Then we move now to education wise, guys. Education wise, my son has been in one school and my daughter will be going to school this year, guys, and we are planning on sending both of them to the same school, because this way it will minimize the expenditure you spend on transportation, taking one person this way and taking the other person that way. So we are sending both of them to the same school, and then the textbooks that my son used in nursery 1, he is going to transfer them to the younger sister. And so this year we are not going to buy books for her, or even we are not going to buy like we were supposed to buy before. So that is going to help to cut down expenditure, to cut down excessive expenditure that we should have incurred if we were buying everything brand new from scratch. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope my video made sense to you guys. Please, guys, let's just head on to Juditha's channel and watch her own video and see how she manages to minimize excessive expenditure on her kids as a Cameroonian mom. And please, guys, if you guys have any other tips on how we can do to minimize expenditure on our kids, please drop them in the comment section down below, and they will be so welcome, and I'll be so happy, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.